Show number 10, Melisa Yanpolskyi. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Do You Really Know? Today we are on episode 10 of Do You Really Know? We have Melisa today, and we get to know if we do know her. This show will probably be one of the last shows for this year. We're going to take a break, and next week we'll be doing the live Zumberdy event around the same time. So stay tuned for that. It'll be exciting. All the way from Nevada, let's go ahead and bring our special guest named Melisa. Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning.
Awesome. Welcome to the show. How do you feel?
I feel great. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for having
Excellent.
me.
All right. Get ready to Do You Really Know Melisa? And by the way, did I pronounce the last name correctly?
Yes, you did. Yanpolskyi.
Awesome. Awesome. It's a Ukrainian name, right? Awesome. Okay.
It is Ukrainian.
Let's go ahead and get started. All right. All right. So as you see, here's the map of all the places we have been. We have traveled over, and thanks to the speed of light, we're able to go to all these places so quickly, right? It's amazing. We were in Indonesia, we were in Nigeria, we were in India, we were in a couple of times in UK, and a lot of times in America as well. And Canada, I don't think yet, but hopefully we'll do Canada as well. And South America, we have a few people there, and it'll be great to get there. Awesome. All right, let's get started. Question 1. Okay, why Las Vegas of all places?
You know, I am originally from Southern California, which I absolutely love. I came to Las Vegas because the cost of living is a lot cheaper, and I wanted to go to UNLV. I went to UNLV to study psychology. I got my degree, and I actually worked in psychology and mental health. So I was able to treat patients, help them get back into transition from
Working society, basically, right?
Yeah, transition them to be productive in society. So
Awesome.
Yeah, go to
That's
school.
what I was gonna say. So that was the University of Las Vegas. Is that what it was?
Yes, University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long? How many years ago was that when you studied that? Was it recent?
I've been out here since 2007.
Oh, okay. That's good.
But I still don't consider myself a native.
Not a native there, still from California. Well, California is close to Nevada, so that's not too bad.
About 3-4 hour drive, depending on traffic.
Yeah, nothing like the West. It's pretty good. So awesome. Appreciate that. Let's go to the next question. All right. Let me move this thing here so it's easier to see. Okay. What kind of pets do you prefer? Or do you have any pets?
Hands down, Siberian Huskies. I love them. They are traditionally hard to train, but for some reason I've just gotten really docile ones, and I just love them. I had one recently and he passed, and I'm so heartbroken, but they're just amazing animals. So I'm definitely a dog person versus a cat person. And yeah, and within the dog species, Siberian Huskies, hands down.
Awesome. What makes a dog better than a cat in terms of a pet?
They're so loyal.
Oh, really?
I believe they're more loyal than cats. I've had cats go to the neighbors because the neighbors had better food, and I've never seen them again. So I don't feel like a dog will do that. So.
They go away. They come and then they escape. They hide. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, excellent. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, if you had a boat, an airplane or a bike, which one would you ride and why?
Oh boy, I would definitely ride in an airplane.
Airplane.
Let me tell you. When I took a trip to Ukraine to visit my husband, I just loved kicking back, watching a movie, getting the snacks and everything like that. It was so comfortable. being up in the air and just hearing the hum of the engines and everything like that. So, and then you go and you travel to these, and it's so fast. You travel to all these countries, and it's just so interesting being in the air, and then you all of a sudden are in Germany or Poland or Ukraine, of course.
Exactly. That's awesome. Yeah, technology has much changed in the last 100 years. Like people can move faster from places. Have you heard of There's another vehicle that they're doing. I forgot the name of it, but it would go from Los Angeles to New York in like 3-4 hours. It's kind of those trains that are electronic, that are on the ground.
Yeah.
Something like Hyper Ride or HyperNet. I had reading about that 10 years ago, but I don't know if they're continuing that anymore. But it was a fast speed train that they were building in other places around the world as well. That's something unique. That so you can basically work in LA and live in New York and
Mhm.
like go every day,
Oh,
or if you
wow.
can. So it's that. So I mean, traveling would be what about they say 3 hours or so. I mean, some people maybe do that with the airplane. But if you had this fast train on the ground, you can just go there and work and live in other places. It'll be probably stressful because if imagine you're
Yeah.
working at 7, you gotta get up earlier, or you can even live there, but that's in the future. So yeah, definitely, airplanes are a
Yeah.
nice ride, and compared to those, awesome. All right,
Yeah.
let's continue to
And I
the
broke
next one.
my arm on a bike. They
You broke
say
your arm
you
on a bike?
can't, you never forget how to ride a bike. I
Yeah,
forgot and I broke my elbow. So
but was that recent or was it a while back?
it was a couple years ago. So you can
uh
definitely forget. And I forgot.
Absolutely. Actually, you know what? I have a three-wheel bike, and so that's what I use. I actually built it myself.
Oh,
Because
wow.
with the two-wheel bike, I tend to always fall or not do well. The balancing is the part of it, right? So I've always ridden bikes all my life when we were younger and all that. Parents got that. But then 3-4 years ago, I decided I've always wanted a three-wheel bike. It's so cool, right? I see it on
Yeah.
TV, I see it everywhere. So I went on eBay and I purchased one, and I decided to put it together. I bought it. It was like $500-$600, I think. It was from China, so it came in pieces, and I was hoping it was all
Mm.
good quality stuff. Nothing to do with the Chinese. It's probably good, but you never know these days. If you buy anything online,
Yeah.
it could be bad, but turned out to be good. It's perfect. Like it's a blue bike,
That's
and
great.
every day I ride it. But I've had some setbacks in terms of the wheels, in terms of the
Mm.
chain. I had to change it a couple of times. But thankfully, there's a good bike shop who's able to do that in a good amount of time and cost effective too as well. So very,
Yeah.
very, very good. So yeah,
Sounds
I recommend.
fun.
It is absolutely biking is good, especially in the West. Here. Okay, awesome. Let's go on to the next question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see here. How hard can they get? Okay, this is no game show. Okay. Oh, we went over this one, I think, a bit, but you did psychology. I guess we can change it in a bit in terms of why did you do psychology, and was there another major you wanted to study?
Well, that's funny because I actually went to UNLV to study fine art, painting, and illustration. So 99% of my college career was painting and illustration.
Interesting.
And
Wow.
I got so close to um, finishing that degree. And I thought, I don't know how I'm going to make any money doing this. So I did a hard screeching pivot to psychology because I figured liberal arts would be more lucrative than fine arts. So I switched to psychology. So, but most of my college career, I did fine art, drawing and painting, which I really enjoyed because lots of museums and lots of, you know, um, it's really enjoyable and relaxing to get in that zone, doing the drawing, painting, and everything else. But studying liberal arts and sociology and anthropology and everything like that is enjoyable as well. So, but I ended up graduating with my psychology degree, and I really enjoy helping people as well. So that's my college story.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So the art, yeah, I had a little bit of art in high school a bit, and so that's fast. You might want to stick around for the next guest who will be on after you. Actually, he's an artist in
Absolutely.
North Carolina, and he did a lot of painting around the country. And he's very good at what he does, and he did a painting for me as well of a famous bridge from
Oh,
Bosnia, right? And so we came close. He was one of my students and one of my clients back a few years ago, and then I stuck around with him. Nice guy, and I decided to bring him on the show and display some of his art pieces. And so, yeah, art is something
interesting.
important in our family. And I had my dad had an uncle who was actually a big painter, and he passed away way back. He's an older guy who was born in the 30s. But yeah, art is fascinating, and I just want to say hello
Yeah.
to a good friend James. He's a good supporter. He's always watching my Zoom party. He's always on here. He's
Yeah.
such a wonderful guy. Good to see you, James. Here, he's very outgoing. Has a lot of good
I
shows.
think I see him
He has
there.
a
Hi,
yeah, he's there. Awesome. Good
James.
stuff. All right, let us go on to the next one. Yeah. All right. Okay. Did you did well on the game show? What makes you a good trivia person? So, I mean, you were a contestant on that game show. You made it to the semifinals, right? From what I remember.
Yeah.
How what makes you good? I mean, some of them were tricky. I know in the first game you played against Matt Allen, you were like it was a kind of competitive game, but you knew lots of the answers in terms of mascots or some of those things. What? Why are you what makes it interesting? I mean, what's good about it? What do you? How did you feel about the games?
I read a lot of books and I read a lot of books. Just as a child, I started reading at a very early age and I just love reading. Um, I started reading at like what, 3 years old, and I just read. I would just read chapter books, and then I just started getting into like more interesting topics, and even now I love reading, but I also love pop culture, so I like to keep on top of that too. That helps me, I think, in my marketing career now. So reading and keeping on top of pop culture, I think, helped me with the trivia questions that were given. Um, and I love astrology, so not astrology, astronomy. So I think that helped me with the planets. If you remember that
Oh
episode
yeah,
when I was
absolutely.
just
Yeah,
knocking out the moons and the planets. So
yeah. That one you got all of them. If you would have gotten the last one there, which was with the moon, that was an easy one. This
oh,
should
the
have been an
moon,
easy one.
yeah.
That's the last one, and you would have gotten an extra one. So, but yeah, everybody was impressed by you on that, and with that, you should have gotten that one too as well. But I'm so impressed by you and your skills in that case, and excellent, excellent. All
Thanks.
right,
Yeah, I think that was a trick question.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's a good one. Any other categories you would have done well in?
Oh, that I think I would have done well in.
Yeah.
Um, Anything like Machine Gun Kelly, Alex Lobner. Let's see. So I think like celebrities.
Celebrities.
Um, yeah, maybe science fiction books. Um, let's see. Any other? I'm looking around. I'm looking around. I have no idea. I think that's about it.
Awesome, awesome.
That I can think of. Maybe Apple products.
W- Well, I think we have somebody there that we want to try to bring in here, don't you? Let's see if he's.
And there's Matt. What am I supposed
Go
to
ahead and
do? He
let's keep
says,
going. Go ahead and pretend he wants to come out. Should I just bring him in, or do you want to call him?
Matt, come in.
What? What? So, what are you? All right. Okay. What are you doing here, Matt? You were on the first show. You're back again. Do you have nothing else to do?
Yeah, Melissa is one of my top priorities in life, so I'm here to support her.
Aw.
Definitely.
Are you chasing her down?
I don't think that. Yeah, that's just a vicious rumor. Let's not get
Glad to
into
have
that
you
one.
here.
Hi. Surprise.
Hi, Matt. Matt
just
is one of my
pop
good
in.
best friends. So I'm happy to
Awesome.
have him here.
All right. You're joining us from?
From I wasn't expecting you to say anything like that, Melissa. That's very
I wasn't expecting you to just pop in like that, you know.
well. In fairness, you were because you planned this. What was the question? Melissa just blew me away by saying that.
Where are you located? Your location. And no, don't say
Well,
space shuttle, space anymore. Somewhere on physical Earth. Where are you? Yeah, are you on the Kudos planet?
yeah, I'm stuck in a small cupboard in a very small town in England that I now call my office. Yeah, it's called the Kudos room in my house, and mostly LinkedIn sometimes works from there. So I go in there sometimes to do that, and yeah, come up with ways to destroy the people who don't like people in the world. So yeah, I like, and I reach out to wonderful people like you and Melissa to help me to get stuff done, because I need friends and supporters and people who give. Sorry, I need to be polite on this show. Give care about people. That's why I talk to you guys.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm assuming the room you're in has more Wi-Fi, and that's why you're in that particular small room you're in. So we can see you. Your face is looking HD. I mean, I have to say,
Crispy.
crispy. No makeup. No, this is as well too. Okay. So you interrupted us. Let's go back to the questions if you don't mind, sir.
No, they're questions for Melissa, not me. Yeah.
Oh yes. You can answer them too.
Yeah.
Because we know
Good
I'm
at
not good
trivia.
at
I should probably
questions.
say Ukraine.
What is your favorite place ever traveled in the world? I know you've probably been to Ukraine, but
Yeah, I haven't traveled that much. I think I went to Mexico and that was amazing. It was so beautiful. The culture was so enriching. It was really amazing to go there. Um, Florida was beautiful. I actually really enjoyed Ukraine. It was beautiful there. I was on the west side, so there was no war on that side. It was really beautiful there too. So I have to pick three places.
okay.
All the places that you've ever been, all three of
Right,
them,
pretty
they're
much
your
all the
favorite one.
places I've
So
ever
that was
been.
Mexico, Ukraine, and America. Is that right? Is that the three places I heard?
Yeah. And Southern California, which I miss desperately.
Matt, have
I
you
went to
been
the
to more places
beach.
than fingers on your hand? Have you been to more places than
Yeah, most
you
definitely.
have been more than 10 places? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You're gonna
definitely.
write a book of all the places you've been.
It's not that many places, but it's definitely more than 10. Yeah.
10 and a half, right?
Yeah, 10 and 3/4. One of them, yeah.
Uh,
It's not the same
3/4.
since I left, let's put it that way.
India is like 2.5, right? You can just call India 2.5 places, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's a very
it's
big
so big.
country.
It
A
takes
lot of
5 years to actually see the whole country, I'm sure.
I don't like. I've only seen and this is maybe not the right thing, but I've seen the tip of the iceberg as far as India is concerned. I've only seen a very small amount of what there actually is.
Oh wow!
But hopefully soon I'll go back again. It'd be
Great.
lovely to go back.
So, Melissa, when you went to Ukraine, what did you see there that you liked? Like the nature, lakes,
The
something?
nature,
A husband.
the architecture, my husband, most definitely. I got to visit and hang out with his family, which they are really great people. Yeah, like I mentioned, I really just love the architecture and the surroundings, the nature, and just how different it was from the United States. And it it was just so nice to get away from the US and just see what it how different it is in Europe. So
What about the food? Is the food good there?
it tastes so different. It's so
Probably.
different. You would get the same thing like a Pepsi and it just tastes so different out there. I don't know why. You would think it would be uniform around the world, but it's not.
Is Pepsi called Pepsi there or something else?
It's Pepsi there, and
Okay, good.
Pringles are Pringles there, but it just tastes different.
I know.
I don't know why.
Is it better different or not as good different?
No, and the coffee is a definite no. I couldn't get back. I couldn't wait to get back to the States to get.
Oh, the coffee was bad there?
It was. It was.
Wow.
I'm sorry to say that Ukrainian coffee
Wow.
is, and
Well,
I couldn't get. I couldn't wait to
Slavic,
get
like,
back and get good coffee.
wow. I was saying like Bosnian coffee, Turkish coffee. That's the best. Have you ever tried it? Definitely try that.
Really?
Bosnians. That's the best coffee
Mm.
you've ever had. Mr. You haven't tried it? You're the
I've
guy
tried
who hates
Turkish
tea.
coffee.
You don't like tea. Come on.
No, I don't like tea.
Ah.
I like coffee very much. I'm not entirely convinced that Turkish coffee is the best in the world. It's nice,
Yeah.
but it's an acquired taste for most people. Turkish coffee.
Yeah.
I very much like Brazilian coffee for me,
Oh, wow.
and Colombian as well. But they're my personal favorites, I guess. Like, but I'm very easily pleased. Also, like, I'll drink anything really as long as it's not tea, water, or juice. Yeah, so mostly coffee. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. All right. Let's go to the next brutal question. Okay. Oh, this is kind of the same. Let's skip this one. We don't need that one. Unless you want to answer that, Mr. Matt. Okay. Oh, who's your best mentor or hero?
You know, I have a tough one with this. I haven't really had a hero. I can't think of, at least off the top of my head. I might have to bump this one to Matt. You know what? I do have one.
I mean, not a college professor.
Martin
a
Luther
parent.
King Jr., I think, is my most favorite historical figure. I just love his message of peace and unity. And if I had to pick anyone, it would be him.
I see, but you didn't have like a teacher, a professor, a parent, somebody, your husband, who you can consider maybe in your past, somebody that you, because I'm sure we all have somebody, right? Like for me, it could be a TV hero, it could be somebody you watched on TV, somebody that you've seen, somebody that you admire. It doesn't have to be like a real mentor, but I mean, so we're not talking about like
I had a mentor. I had a marketing mentor who really
the guy downstairs
believed in me and gave me a lot of opportunity. I'm not going to mention their name. And
It's not me.
It's like that. And they really believed in me, showed me a lot of stuff I didn't know. And I really appreciate them taking the time to teach me things I didn't know and help me in that regard. So, and that was at one of the previous jobs I had. If anyone wants to kind of dig back, it was not the one I had before Kudos. So, yeah. So there was a person that did help me grow as a marketing person, kind of bring me to a spot that's more in the modern age, because I've been doing marketing since I was a teenager, but I think I was a little outdated. So now I'm a little more up to speed.
Oh yeah.
You say that as though it was a long time that you were a teenager, but it was what, 4 or 5 years ago, really?
Yeah, it was, recently.
Yeah, absolutely. Because every woman is 22, right? 22 years old. That's
25.
what they say. Yeah, it's a my aunt always says every time her birthday is like, "Are you 25 today?" Every time her birthday. I always have this. My family's always this joking kind of them. So we always joke with each other and this kind of stuff. But then in terms of sales and what you're mentioning there, I think we're all a salesman and a marketer, right? So I think we all seen it somewhere on a movie or something. So we really know how to sell it out. You just have to sell your product, right? What's a product that you usually makes a good sales or marketing that you've done that you sell? I mean, you don't have to mention what you do in there, but is there some product
Vacuums. No, the vacuum thing.
that he's like, I can't hear you.
Are we talking to Matt or are we talking to me?
Matt is what was he saying? He was saying something.
So I'll answer this because Melissa isn't really sales. Melissa is definitely marketing. So I've sold a lot of stuff in my time. Probably the most easiest thing that I've had to sell has been mobile phones, because they were new technology that was vaguely affordable for most people, even when I first started, when they first came out. And they were very interesting for people because it gave them something that they've always wanted, which was more easy access to talk to their friends. And the important thing is not necessarily the technology or the talking, but the fact that they're friends. And that was why it was easy to sell, because it was easy to relate to something that was important to. So I used to train people how to sell, and the most important thing is understanding what your customer wants and not treat them like a customer, not like be needing the sale, but understand what they want, understand what you've got, and then connect the two things together, and you'll find a way to do business. That for me is the point of sales, is not to be pushy, but to ask questions and understand people and help them if you can.
I agree. I don't totally agree with you 100% on that, Matt. Excellent. All right. We are almost winding down here, and we have a guy here who says it's a good one. I don't know who that guy is, but
Some
he's
random
in outer
guy.
space. I think I have a twin somewhere. I have a twin somewhere. All right, and the last
You do.
question, because we do have back-to-back shows today, actually, because this is the season finale of Do You Really Know? Until we come back in a month or so, because next week we're having the live Zumbardi event, and boy, is it going to be special. And last night's, or I'm not going to say last night's taping was, to die for. It's an amazing one, wasn't it, Melissa?
Absolutely. It
Oh,
was
good.
a drag them out event. It was amazing.
I went ahead and edited those, and they're going to be uploaded
It was
on the
like
day they
ding
were supposed to be taped.
ding ding.
Oh, one of those days. Yep. And okay, if I would invent an item to help mankind, what would it be? The same question for everybody. And the 10th guest. What do you think? Another hard one.
Oh, that is a tough one. There's just so many things that so many people need, um, that I think definitely a free speech platform, so everyone can get their honest thoughts out there, um, aside from what we're told we're supposed to be thinking. I think that's step one. Um, and then, once real we get the real kind of grasp of what people really want, not what we're told we want, then we can take it from there and find out. And I think it's going to be multiple things, not just one, that would help mankind. So
Excellent. I
I
like
don't think it would be just one.
Now, you mentioned something about a free platform. Are you meaning like for you want people to come in on here on stage, and is that what you mean? Or what is the platform part you mean? Like
I think
we're not
Matt
all
knows
singers
what
and
I'm
dancers,
talking
like
about.
Matt and you. So we're not all like singers and dancers and actors. So not all of us are we're all camera shy. Some of us. So
Like I mentioned, I'll I think I'll bounce it back to Matt. I think he can explain it a little better. It's kind of something we're all working on.
Your PR.
So it's already in the works,
Okay,
and I think
good.
that it is already being invented right now. So
Excellent.
Okay. So, Melissa, every time the marketing genius uh, hands it over to me. Thank you. Okay. So, what Melissa is really talking about, I guess, is this thing called Democry, which is a platform that we're instigating, hoping to bring to market in the not too distant future. We've been holding some talks recently with some people. There's a long way to go, and we're looking for investors and collaborators and people to be on board. Some of the work that Melissa and I do on LinkedIn currently is to do with Democry. And as an organization, we're hoping that it's going to really make a difference to people all over the world to tell the truth. And what that is a platform that's free of any hate speech, because there's no ability to provide that. But at the same time, it's a way for people to tell their truthful opinion about particular matters or a particular question that exists. Recently on the page on LinkedIn, I was talking about war and peace because of the situation in the world currently. We're familiar with Ukraine and now with Israel and many other wars that are going on. I don't think that's really what people want. I think that's what governments want and big businesses want. I might be very wrong, but that's the point of the platform that we're creating, is that people vote based on what they believe, what they think, what they feel, rather than what they're told or what they're told to think. And that's really the best option for people. It's called Democry because people cry out with their voices, but it's also called Demo for democracy or demonstration of what people actually think and feel about a particular subject. Take, for instance, war, where we're all sick and tired of seeing babies and adults dying for something other than something worthwhile. Is there really anything worthwhile for children and people to die for in such ways in 2023? I don't think so. So that's what we're talking about. The other thing would be to solve the world clock thing, because that just confuses the hell out of me. If somebody could do that, that would help me a lot.
So you want us all to have the same time zone? Exactly.
Something like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's 3:00. Well, it is 3:00 somewhere. Right. Well, with that, guys, we can go another half an hour, another 90 minutes, another 45 minutes. But unfortunately, I got to kick you guys back out. You're going to go back to UK. You're going to go back to Nevada. I have another
Hold on.
important guest. Who's
I'm
an
still
artist.
in the UK.
He's an
I never
artist.
left.
I'm sorry.
I never left the UK. I'm still here.
I'm kicking you from this platform to the UK.
Okay.
So you're in the corner right now. You're in a little box. But you're in the kudos planet. That's where you're at. You're somewhere up there.
Somewhere.
Somewhere up there. Yeah. There's probably another planet up there named Kudos, and then Melissa would get that right when we have the trivia about planets. Planet Kudos. It could be a planet.
That's right, Planet Kudos.
Right. He's a expert in space. Yeah. In fact,
very cool.
which one? What is another galaxy name? I have a trivia question for you, Melissa. Do you know the closest galaxy?
There's
to the Milky Way?
Canis and
Starts with A.
Sagittarius.
There's one starts with A, the closest one. And
Andromeda.
yes,
I think it's Canis.
he got it right.
What did
No,
he
he got
say?
it right.
See, even though I didn't win the Zoom party thing, I actually know stuff, but
Yeah.
you know, can't be letting everybody know that I know stuff. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. You're really a winner in there. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on this season finale. We'll be back soon with Do You Really Know? Thank you to Melissa. Thank you to Matt. And join us next week for another exciting live Zoomberty event where a lot of mistakes can happen and a lot of good things can happen. Surprise guests. Get there. See you soon. Bye bye.